Now the identity tables have been scaffolded, but we need the pages for login, registration, forgot password and all those. ASP.NET Core provides them right out of the box. But how do you scaffold that? So we'll go to Solution Explorer, and in here we'll have to go to the project level. We'll right click, add, and this time select new scaffolded item. In there, make sure you go to identity, and we have the identity right here. You add that and we'll have options that we have to configure. Here are a list of all of the pages that Razor class library provides. If you want to include all of them, click Override All Files. Then on top here, it asks us to use existing layout or specify a new one. We will use the existing layout that we have inside shared_layout. When you scaffold all of these Razor pages, you need a DB context because you will be modifying the tables that we just created. So in data context, we can use existing DB context, which is application DB context rocky.data. The user.class, we do not need that. That being said, let me add this. This will take a while because it first have to add NuGet packages if they do not exist. Then it will scaffold all of the pages that we selected inside a new folder. Let's wait for it to get done. Now these pages that gets added, they are not MVC pages. They are actually Razor class library. Razor pages are slightly different as compared to MVC. So when we have Razor pages in our application, we need to let ASP.NET Core know that there will be Razor pages. So for that, what we will do first thing is inside startup.cs, here we have configured the routing for MVC. We also want to add another endpoint for Razor pages. So we have map. You can see we have Blazor here, but if you scroll down, we also have map Razor pages. So with that, it will also add the endpoint for Razor pages. So if a request asks for Razor pages, it will be able to route them accordingly. That being said, what are Razor pages? If we go to Solution Explorer, now you see we have a new folder called as areas. In there we have a folder called identity, which has pages for account, and we have lots of pages. These pages do not have a controller or action method. They are rather something different. They have CS and they have a code behind file, which is not exactly a traditional code behind file that you used to have with classic.NET. These are new ways of coding, which is Razor pages. Here you have view, which is inside .cshtml, and you see the model here is registered model. That model is in the code behind file, and right here we have the page model, which is register model. On this page, if you scroll down, you will have multiple methods. We have the get handler and we have the post handlers. If you notice here, I'm not using the name action methods. I'm calling them handlers because all the methods inside the page models will be the handlers. So on get handler, we'll have the functionality of what should happen when the page is loaded. On post handler, we'll have the functionality of what should happen when a button is submitted for post. The naming here is you have on post and then async. For get, it should be on get. Based on that, it determines whether it is a get or a post. So this is slightly different, but other than that, the logic that happens in here should be the same. Another thing is when we return something in MVC, we return back a view. But in Razor pages, we return back a page. So there are little differences, but other than that, we will see how to modify and work with the Razor pages. So as you can see, we have many pages that got added. How do we add these pages in our layout page? So if we scroll down to our layout page, you can see inside the shared folder a new view got added, which is _login partial. This is the actual view that will have login and registration pages. So we just need to call this partial view in our layout. So right here, where we have this reverse before the UL, we can add a partial tag helper that we have used before, and name will be _login partial. Make sure you do not have a spelling mistake there. Once you do that, if you save this and run the application, this time you will see the login and registration buttons. You can see on the right hand side we have login and registration. If you click on login, you have a built-in view for the Razor page that is available. If you go on register, you have the register page. If you try to register a new account and try to log in, everything will work. This is the default identity that ASP.NET Core scaffolds. Of course, we'll be modifying this identity, like what if you want to add more columns here, and so on. Let's do all of that from the next video.